to it. Right. So your DNA forms an actual arc, and a host of other symbols in transition towards death.
Become a more. Wow.
Why do we have to feel uncomfortable seeing those signs and symbols? We feel uncomfortable with these signs and symbols because now we don't know enough about ourselves, and that's why you couldn't go into any temple in ancient Egypt without seeing that symbol up there called the bed death. Man, know thyself. Right now, you see that symbol on the Bentley. You'll see that symbol on Chrysler's, and they're speaking to the subconscious mind. They know how to talk to us. You feel me? Because that's the Kemetic science right there, because it's a world of signs and symbols. So, before you entered any temple in Kemet, you are instructed to make sure you know thyself. And that's that symbol with the wings that you see on the Bentley, that you see on the Chrysler. It means man, know thyself. And if man knows thyself, then man would know that the very symbol that he's being told to disregard is a part of his biochemistry as a prerequisite step or stage or phase in protein to fold in order that he may make the transition from C1 protein to pro protein on a phage lambda DNA. This is all biology. So when I hear my brothers saying, no, that's a symbol, I don't want to deal with it, I don't condemn them, but this is why the first thing you see before you walk into any temple in Egypt, the band that symbol, man, know thyself. Because you're running from something that has everything to do with you. Everything to do with you. And if you're concerned about things pertaining to God, things pertaining to your salvation, redemption, afterlife, then there's no way you should be scared or uncomfortable seeing something that is part of the natural order of things. That's ma'at. Now, what happens is, when we get afraid or we become afraid of these symbols, it becomes isfet, or chaos. Because that's what we start precipitating when we get this thing in us to be afraid of it. If you were a child, you wouldn't have been afraid of it, so we know that this is indoctrination. We've been heavily indoctrinated on purpose to evade the responsibility of finding out what these signs and symbols mean to us. Because if we go back to the Kemetic science, I ain't saying mythology, if we go back to Kemetic science, we're going to come to the self-realization that the very thing that religion has taught us to be afraid of has everything to do about us, and it would empower us to liberate ourselves. That's an absolute fact. But I never get upset with my brothers, because if you don't know, you simply don't know. And everybody is entitled to not know something at some point in time. That's why I said my brother can impart wisdom on me, and I'll just have to humble out and just listen and take it and use it to edify others. But the question is, do we have the willingness to share information?
So let's see if he learned anything from that discussion. Oh, there you go. Give me that call.
Now what he said was like, as far as the being a sign of protein, like I have no problem with knowledge. Now I'm not gonna sit there and worship. But if you sit there and say the
none of us worship.
Now listen, okay, now we just gotta get understanding.
You know what everybody
communication about understanding. I'm not gonna run away from knowledge. Like, oh, they told me not to do this, so I ain't gonna learn it. If you instill something to me, like I learned it, like you said, the is part of the protein. I can take it, like you said, that's leading to knowledge. Now that makes you want to study biology. So if you're saying the is not a symbol that we worship, it's just a symbol of the biology, and it leads us to know ourselves, I can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not bowing down to the symbol.
Do you worship your wife?
Listen,
do you worship your wife?
Listen, at the same
Hold on, brother. Do you worship the wife? Hold on. Do you worship your wife?
I'm not married, bro.
Do you worship the black woman?
Do I worship? No, I don't worship the black woman.
He don't know. Do you love the black woman?
Listen, I respect the black woman.
Do you love the black woman? How much you love her?
I love her to give my life for her.
You hear what he just said? Next time.
You guys